Y'all know how yesterday we was talking about my fish, Dory, that I had for mad years.
It died?
This nigga's dead.
No, you lying. Not Dory, not dead.
Dory's
Dang,
dead.
Dory.
Dory dead.
Dang, Dory.
Wait, died just like that on some random shit?
Literally this morning, because I came in last night. I'm like, yo, Dory, we was just talking about you. He like did a somersault and everything. I come this morning, he's just like, dead, bro. Like, I'm like, wow.
That's wicked.
Yo, we was just looking up the lifespan.
The lifespan too. It was 2 to 5. And it lived. It lived.
I'm not telling y'all about nothing else now.
I feel like we put that out there. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't.
Damn,
That's wild.
I actually feel kind of bad.
Yeah,
my friend's
I take some responsibility for that. I ain't gonna hold you.
I actually kind of feel bad. Yo, we recording? All right, we're recording. Okay.
Rest in peace to my dog, Dory, yo.
Huh?
Dang, Dory.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Dory.
If you don't know, you hear two women on the podcast right now. Unfamiliar voices. We have here Imani.
Hey.
And then we have here Jordan.
Hi.
Oh, don't get me no nervous while I was just like,
I'm not. I literally
it was soft. It's like
We're giving
It was giving
calm.
it was giving
Nice
that
to
notebook
meet
shit.
you.
It was giving audio book.
I'm non-abrasive. You know, I'm a gentle woman.
You wanted us to be ratchet.
No. Never that. You never want that.
Yeah.
This is In Living Black, episode 186. I am your host, of course, JD. Here with a beautiful brother of mine.
Bari. Young Yarra.
And we're back. We're up in this bitch. And I have,
Homie Yomi.
Oh yeah, homie Yomi. Oh my God.
Homie Yomi.
Yes.
Yo, Yomi looks really good too. Y'all gotta see it.
She's giving body
Yeah,
yachty.
today.
Right, baby?
Body out is crazy. Nah, yeah, Yomi always fly and shit. I wish people could see her on the camera and shit. Yeah, but she always look fly. But yeah, man, I have the ladies joining us. We met. Well, I knew Imani for a while.
For a minute.
Yeah, I knew her for a while.
Oh, Navy days, bro.
Wow.
I hated that job, but it was nice. It did what it needed to do. But it was good people.
I forgot you was there.
I forgot I was there too.
Yeah.
Nah, I did it.
been a
I did it.
minute.
Nah, it's been a minute. I was a manager there. People hated me.
What? You got manager before me? How?
No, I was a manager there.
I never knew that.
You ain't know that? See? But hold on though.
Yeah.
I was a manager for a while, and then like towards the end, I stepped down.
But you kept that pay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, get it right.
Because I had to like pick up another job. Like that job just wasn't just the only thing cutting it for the bills and shit.
That's a fact.
And I just met Jordan yesterday. Well, we just met Jordan yesterday.
Yes,
We did.
Just met you guys yesterday. Y'all jinxed my fish.
Oh yeah, we killed a fish. I think they probably heard that in the beginning. We gonna keep that whole audio. They heard that in the beginning. We gonna keep that whole audio.
Oh
That's terrible.
We didn't kill your fish.
Y'all
giving
jinxed
that.
it.
Y'all looked up.
Now you might have to tap in. You might have to.
The fish
Nah,
last.
y'all owe me a new fish.
Yeah, I think so.
When your birthday?
First of all,
When your birthday?
First of all, my birthday's January 6th, but that's too long away. But first of all, now I don't even want to fish no more. I want to iguana.
Excuse me?
I want to iguana.
I feel like the price went up.
You can't
went up.
iguana.
Yesterday's price is not today's price, man. I want to
You
iguana.
can't even get an iguana in New York, in the state of New York, can
You
you?
can. Yes, you
You
can.
can?
Yeah.
I feel like you could go to Petco now.
You could definitely go to some
You're going to
pet
Petco for an iguana is
I don't
crazy.
know.
Hell no, don't.
But I just feel like a lot of animals are like household things now. So you could definitely go to
but you probably
Petco
gotta go to like the Adirondacks or something. I don't know.
to find an iguana.
Say that again?
The Adirondack Mountains.
Well, how do you know what that is?
What do you mean?
What is that?
It's a mountain.
It's a mountain range. And
I ain't never heard of that. Where's it at?
it's upstate New York, right?
I think so. The Adirondacks. Yeah.
1,000.
I'm not versed.
Oh.
I'm not versed. I'm not
You
versed.
wasn't in the camping site?
No, I'm not versed. That's just on me. I have never traveled like really upstate New York like that.
Really?
You should. It's a vibe.
It is.
Yeah, I've heard. I've been to Connecticut and shit. You know what I mean?
It's calm. It's very like secluded.
Yeah.
It gives you like very peaceful vibes.
No
like,
racist.
Upstate New York is
Well,
I didn't say all that.
No racist.
But
You go to Buffalo, it's a different story.
Right.
You go to Buffalo, that's a whole different story.
Buffalo is
Buffalo
racist.
is,
I went to
yikes.
school up there, bro, and a lot of the times, especially during Trump's presidency,
Of course.
the signs and the racism was at an all-time high. Like
Yeah.
it was bad out there, and I was at Amherst, which is like the whitest area, bro.
Wait, Poughkeepsie is in upstate New York?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I've been there. Never mind. I lied. I've been upstate New York. I don't even see. I just be going places, but I have been to Poughkeepsie.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why.
Poughkeepsie is different. I went to camp up in Poughkeepsie too.
Did you?
Yeah, Poughkeepsie, Maine. I was really a nature girl. Like I was really outside.
You like bugs and shit.
No, and I feel like as I grew, I outgrowed. That's
true. Yeah.
I'm not doing it. Can't do it. Bugs, mosquitoes. You got it. I'm
Good
out.
on bugs.
Back to us, me and Jordan.
Yes, sorry.
So we was talking and we had like a conversation that kind of like sparked me. I don't know if y'all saw me sitting in the corner real quiet and shit.
You was focused.
Yeah. Definitely focused.
Yeah. I was
Focused.
thinking about like how to like, construct this vibes. And you asked the question, what does being black mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was like very deep.
Facts.
In mad ways, right? But I want you to tap into it on the mic,
Oh God.
on live. I want you to tap in. I want you to tap in right now.
I mean, I just, what does it's,
Before you answer.
yeah.
Okay. The question is stated, what does black mean? So I want to know, what does black mean to you in a way? And then for Imani to answer that as well.
Mhm.
And then we'll tap in.
So I can say, as a person who's black, like I was explaining yesterday, a person who's black and African, I would say that being black is not one thing, which is why I feel like for a lot of us, it's hard to even unify in that manner, because it's like, what are we uniting over? Like, for me, being black is this, for you, being black is that. But, I think that is the black. The black is the mixture of everything. And just the whole diaspora being brown, like our life experiences, like things that we could all relate to naturally, like that we don't have to force, that just come to us like air,
Yeah, I felt that.
That was just too deep. That was deep as hell right there.
Really?
Yeah,
I have
come.
y'all focusing it too. And I'm like, yeah.
Go ahead, Imani.
What I think is being black is definitely, for me, being black is always vibrant and beautiful. Like, I feel like our culture is amazing. Like, I grew up on a lot of black poets and black actors and black plays. And I just think that a lot of those traditions for me kind of instilled what I wanted to do as well as what I wanted to be. I just feel like we fill up a lot of space. Like, we can come into a room and make it our own through just being ourselves. Like,
Right.
black people are just so multicultural. Like, I just feel like we have a lot to us, and I don't think that we get a lot back from being black. Like, I think that we get a lot of judgment. I think we
Right.
get a lot of criticism. I think that we just are inflicted with things that we don't need. You know what I mean? So,
And we're like under a magnifying glass as black people.
bro, you can't
And that
be-
magnifying glass is often held by other black people.
you can't
So
be
it's
mediocre,
just-
bro.
It's a lot. Like,
That's a fact.
being black comes with so much, like good, not so good, things you wish you could get rid of, like,
Yeah.
but I think to tie it all together, like, for me, what I can gather from peering into other people's experiences and my own, I would think that the most relevant thing I could say about being black is that we're definitely joy focused. Like, I just feel like for me, when I go out to a function, I want to see other people that look like me.
That's a
because
fact.
I know I
That's
can
a
expect a certain
if
vibe.
it ain't
like,
no Negroes, no Negras.
So yeah, like, we're definitely joy focused. Like, no matter what's going on, like, I feel like we just have that spirit that's just so deeply ingrained that no matter what, we're gonna have some fun.
That's a fact.
We're gonna have some fun. Like, we're gonna
It's
laugh
the
about
party.
something. We're
We're
gonna
gonna
joke
cry.
about something.
If you're not
like,
hitting your knee, it's not funny.
right.
I just feel like it's hard to describe what being black is, just because we do it naturally. You know what I mean? Like our nails, the way that you have to do your hair, the way that you have to like address or come outside,
Right.
church traditions, you know. I think that it comes so naturally to me that it's hard to kind of explain it to somebody else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's like breathing. How do you explain how are you breathing? How do you breathe? That's how you be black. That's how you be black. Exactly. Like it's just in you or it's not. Like you just it's just who you are. Like being black is who you are, which is why I feel like it's like an aroma. You can't hold aroma in your fingers, but you can smell it. You can experience it. It could take you to certain places, but it's not something to be held. It's something to experience. And I think that's being black.
Wait, wait, hold up. Well, say that one more time. That last part. I like that.
To be black is not to be held. It's an experience.
I don't think it was that quite that now. I don't think that was that.
Yeah, you did. You was talking about the aroma.
Yeah, the aroma. I heard.
It's not to be.
I wanted to hear the aroma. That was fire. I like that. See, but like yesterday, you was having that conversation. I was like, but then you had sparked me. I was like, whoa, because you had said something about black and African.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the culture.
Right, and then like Africans have the culture, which I do agree with. Obviously, that dated back forever ago. Right. And blacks as Americans, just going by off of what you think, because I always consider all of us just black. Period.
Right.
But just going off just African Americans or Black Americans, we are now starting to build our culture, like just like what you just said, just like us just being who we are,
right?
Within our true selves is just culture in itself. And I think like there was like a video that went viral from another podcast that was actually filmed in this place. That was a woman was saying, like, I think she was Haitian. She was like, Black Americans don't have any culture and things of this nature. And we have all the culture, you guys steal from us and stuff like that. And I just think that causes division.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? When you like start talking that type of narrative.
That's a fact.
But she's not the only Caribbean person to probably have that type of like thought. Even Africans, you know what I mean? Some Africans, not all of course, and some Caribbeans probably think that way. But it's like, yo, like we're still new in this. You know what I mean? Right. Even like Caribbeans, I feel like, even Black Caribbeans, like they still creating their own culture. Like Jamaicans just started jumping off of shit and landing in some pussy. You know what I mean? Like just recently, like 10, 15 years ago, right? So like all that shit is just new to the culture. Like we're still trying to figure shit out for real. You know what I mean? The grand scheme of things. But all of it is still being plugged in from Africa. You know what I mean?
I definitely think our music comes from Africa. I think our energy comes from Africa. I think a lot of our traditions come from Africa. But if we're being honest, like we all share the same traditions in different versions. Like, for example, I'm just going to use the most obvious, macaroni. Macaroni and cheese can be in so many different variations, flavors, ways, ingredients, and toppings. But in reality, like every person has their own recipe, but is mixed with their traditional customs. Like for me, it's just cheese and salt and pepper, but macaroni pie is different. You know what I mean? So it's just saying, like, in general, we all are Black. We're all deeply rooted in Black, right? But we have added our own pizzazz and sparks to it because of our traditions. So why can't Black kind of be like it's multiple, it's an umbrella category. Like, yes, you can be Black Caribbean, you could be Black African, but in general, Black is what you are. You know what I mean? You could be Black Spanish. Well, I'm sorry, that sounded crazy. Afro-Latina. But I'm saying, like, why is it so hard for people to want to be Black? That's what I'm trying to get to. Yeah. Like, why is it such a negative?
But you know why, though.
Yeah, of course. I know why, but I just feel like it's 2022. Like, has the definition not changed? Honestly, like, have we not?
I feel like the fact that we still arguing about the same shit all these years, like, we, like...
Make sure you get to the mic, because I know you having a conversation. She like this. Like, I know you. Nah, well.
Okay. Nah, like, it's just, damn, what was I saying?
I didn't want to fuck you up, but I had to.
We've been talking about the same shit for years. That's what
yeah, like, I just feel like to be angry about the same thing for so long is just like, wow. Like, I feel like as human beings in general, like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, why are we still stuck on something as, like, honestly, I would say insignificant as skin color? Like, what is the big deal? Like
colorism.
Come on, yeah. Like,
so, on Shade Room, and I know y'all may not think that that's a great news source, but on Shade Room,
It's real. So I respect it.
they have this news investigate where basically they were talking about how these Chinese businesses are going to Africa and filming Black children, like saying like crazy wicked shit, like basically Black people will never grow, I'm not smart, things like that, just in their language. And in I believe it's Chinese, but I'm not 100% sure, so don't charge me on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was basically talking about like how this is such a big situation and it's such $1 billion business, but yet nobody's stopping it. Like the videos will, like the account will get canceled and stuff like that, but it still come back. I just feel like it's still showing fascination of Black people because you're taking these kids from school, by the way, taking them out of school, having them record these videos, not giving them the opportunity to do what they need to do to be successful in their lives, but you're doing it for your profit. And I'm pretty sure you're not breaking them off. Like, I think they was giving them chicken, bro. Chicken. I dare you to give me rotisserie chicken to just, but granted, it says different situation, but like,
right.
I just feel like we deserve more. We just deserve more. Like, progress needs to be done. And it's across span. Like, I feel like in any continent, Black people can't just live. Like,
How do you think that begins? And there's questions for the room. You know what I mean? Like, how do you think that begins where like we start not focusing on the things that like aren't important, so as far as colorism and things of that nature, like, you know, the damage that whites have put in our heads and shit. How do you think that the solution, like what's the solution? We know all the problems, but you think the solutions might be?
I definitely think like a conversation, like a general conversation amongst a Black society. Like,
okay.
I feel like, you know how during the civil rights movement, a lot of them will meet up at each other's houses and have conversations to kind of like plan for riots or whatever they were doing. You know, I'm sorry, my brain is fried. But in general, like that's what they were doing. I feel like we don't really have conversations altogether. Our conversations are very private. I think that we think a lot of the same things, but we also don't really feel like working with each other is really as helpful. Just because right now it's a dog eat dog world. Like, you out here and you have to hustle, and some situations and past traumas may have caused you not to want to work with others or really care for other people. But in reality, as Black people, I think that unification will take us so far, so far.
I was definitely going to say that. I was definitely going to say like some type of internal standard.
Facts.
You know, like just instead of us, like what you brought up earlier, instead of, you know, Black people fighting with Africans, fighting with Caribbeans, fighting with Dominicans, like put all that shit to the side and understand that whether we fight with each other or not, the world is still fighting with us. So why not link arms, okay? Because whether you define yourself as Black or whatever, like the world is still going to look at you as a certain way just because of how you look, because of the language that you speak, because of the features that you have. Like you could be, honestly, you could be whatever skin color you want.
Fact.
But it's certain things that are telltale signs. And because of those telltale signs, people's going to treat you however they want to treat you. So I just think, like, you know, what you said, that unity and that internal standard will definitely get us a lot farther than bickering and fighting and warfare. Like, because what is it really doing?
I was in college and we had BSU, African Student Association, different clubs. And we had a multicultural association where basically 2 members, the president and vice president of each club, will come together and talk about how we could provide for each of our orgs. And each of our orgs, like we had, I think the Hispano Unidos, which was like the Hispanic club. And we would sit down and we would have conversation like, oh, let's do this banquet. Let's work together, put our money together and have X, Y, and Z. What if we was to do that like right here, like home base, bro? Like, I think we could get just so much done based off of that communication, that conversation. But it's just creating those platforms and those spaces. I think that people who are in power should try to work with each other. And they may be doing this behind closed doors, but I think as a Black person just from the outside, I don't really see that. I don't really feel that motivation. Like Martin Luther King would come up there and he would speak and it would hit mad people. You know what I mean? Like mad people felt motivated and unified in that moment to be like, you know what? I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. There's nobody really speaking at that magnitude. There was the girl who had spoke at the inauguration. I can't remember her name.
Poet laureate you talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, I forget her name.
I think that
Amanda
was
Gorman, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
at that moment, you know, everybody was kind of hearing what she had to say. And it's still some, you know, it was some moments of community, but in reality, it wasn't like on a
huge scale.
Yes.
Right. I mean, honestly, I definitely feel what you're saying, but I would say just from the sensitivity of the world at this point, I don't even feel like that's something that's possible.
Word.
Like,
extra sensitive.
How many posts have been taken down for you saying Black Lives Matter? Not saying Black lives are the only lives that matter. Not saying Black lives matter more, but simply that our lives mattered.
Facts.
Oh my God, you can't say that. Whoa, what about white people? What about this people? What about like? But we're literally just telling you that we matter. Like, look at the totem pole of the world and who's at the top and who's at the bottom. For the people at the bottom to let you know that they matter, and you at the top are getting upset at that, you're the problem. Like, and I feel like that
bitter.
It's giving bitter. It's giving sore winner. It's giving insecurity. Like, it's just crazy to me. Like that the sensitivity in general about like a lot of things are just what I feel like is really stopping things from getting to that magnificent level that we might feel like we need to get it to. So I just think it's really family by family, person by person. You have to make that choice within yourself to be that Black excellence, you know? And it's not a certain standard that we should all, I think, attain to, because not one Black person speaks for all Black people. Not one African speaks for all Africans. Right? Nobody speaks for anybody else. But if you have those fundamentals and those standards in yourself and you reach for those and you actually try, like, it's going to be seen and another person's going to see you and follow suit. So I just feel like those small things are what's really going to hit things on a major level. Not like,
okay, let's throw a cookout, get all the Black people.
I agree with that. I agree with that sentiment, but I also think that takes too much time. You know what I mean? Because Black people are still like really trying to get their shit together for real at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, we still doing a lot of stuff that is not probably the most progressive. You know what I mean? As far as like our image in the light, even the music that we listen to. I love drill, but like when I'm in a gym, but that doesn't mean it's it's not productive for like an everyday lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Especially for these kids that are kind of like acting unruly.
Yeah.
I think the solution.
I fuck with drill heavy though. I felt that.
Huh?
I said I fuck with drill heavy though.
Yeah. I like drill too. Like if I'm in the gym, it's fire. It's good. It's good music.
I just feel like though when it comes to stuff like that, like I understand like the viewpoint, even like the rapping, like, oh, y'all call your women this and that. I'm just like, okay, but music is art. Even if it's music that you don't feel like means anything, Screamo is fucking art. I don't listen to that shit, but somebody likes it and it's art to them, and there's nothing wrong with that.
What was that?
And Screamo and like just like, you know, different genres of music. Like I've been through it all. Like I love music, so I listen and like I try to like, you know, see everything, but I've touched on drill and like rap and like hardcore, dirty South shit, like. And if you listen to it and you really are hearing what they're saying, like a lot of it is rooted in pain. A lot of it is rooted in struggle. Like
economics.
These people are hurting and they're putting it into their music and they're letting you know their life experiences because of what they've had to go through.
Facts.
So just hearing it being like, yeah, they're just promoting this. No, they're letting you know that they're hurting.
This is shit that happens on the block.
Right, like, as Black men, as these strong pillars of society, they can't be weak. So they have to find another way to express that, bitch, I'm not okay.
Yeah.
Like, my nigga, I'm hurting.
Some
of
these rap songs, really, you be listening and you be like, damn,
really,
you're
like,
not okay, nigga.
No, there's truth in that. Like, they definitely telling their stories, right? But then there's also them niggas that be like, nigga, I'll kill you.
Right, of course, of course.
So like, and then what I'm saying is that kind of gets glorified. It's like really a ploy. Because that's the type of music that's like getting put to the forefront.
Exactly.
And like obviously like by these music industries that are owned by white old men.
That's their plan.
That's their play, right?
Yeah.
And then what that incites in the neighborhoods is like, oh yeah, like, you know what I mean? So now I'm about to create that story for myself. Like, so I can rap about that shit. And that's what I'm talking about. Like when it comes to like, it's kind of like, yo, it's a difference between somebody like Kevin Gates, I can't even think about these guys, but like certain dudes that like have a real story that's kind of like, yo, wow, that's deep, right?
Thanks.
Shit's fucked up for that, and then it's kind of there's those type of rappers that be like, I kill you on your blah blah blah,
yeah,
and it's like,
what?
And it's like,
pound.
but that's not. But that's not. It's a nice bop,
Facts.
but it's not productive.
It's
you
not
get what I'm
productive,
saying?
facts.
And it doesn't make the solution. It doesn't build towards any solution. And I really feel like a solution for us is like, I do think it's having these type of conversations, right? Probably not in the public. So shit like could kind of get like
society meetings.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Black
How you
secret
make it
society,
real?
BSS.
But I think things are happening though. I think things are put in place. Like now you got like, you got Jay-Z, Charlamagne, Diddy, and these guys, and I hate to put it in celeb vibes, but like you got these people that are actually like putting other blacks on, pulling them up. You know what I mean? Even somebody like, I'm gonna just even name one person like Charlamagne. Like there's a lot of people I never heard of. And just because Charlamagne put them on Breakfast Club or put them on Black Effect Network on a via podcast, by the way, let's go. What's the word? What's the word? Black Effect. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but I'm saying like he pulling them up by the bootstraps and then he gives black people a platform to speak about whatever, but in a positive light. I think that builds black excellence. You feel what I'm saying? So like now those people could do the same thing. I think that's just really what it is. It's more so, I think we're tapping into that now. That's why I feel like now, like black people are now getting back to that. You know, you remember like how you used to watch the 90s shows, the 90s sitcoms, black people used to wear Mecca, academics, all that.
That good feeling.
That vibe, right?
Yeah.
Spike Lee joints and all that shit.
That's
like
a
we used to
fact.
support our own. I think we really tapping back into that shit, especially because, you know, after the pandemic, we was like, we looking around like, we actually one and the same. You know what I mean? So like now I think it's coming back to that solution.
That's a fact.
However, you know what I mean? Still got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
I definitely do think we have a lot of work to do, but I also think like a lot of people don't know about the opportunities that they have. Like there's different types of black people. I know that sounds wicked, but it is different.
It's facts though. It's facts. It's facts. It's just a fact.
Like we never.
We're not one monolithic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But in reality, I think that a lot of opportunities to people, they either feel like they don't have them, or they either feel like, you know, it's no way to go. Like, for example, the ball in Rapper Dream. Everybody a rapper.
Sure.
Everybody want to play ball, right?
True.
But that's what they see as people who have freedom. Because let's just be honest, money equals freedom. That's
1,000%. Capitalism is free.
Exactly.
Right.
So in reality, I think that, you know, a lot of these people don't necessarily have the opportunity. And if they're getting the opportunity, it's Band-Aid programs, GED programs, different community outreach programs, because these are programs that are in place for our fucked up society. You know what I mean? Like, but a Band-Aid will never fix a gunshot. And I think that as people, we have to be able to work together and try to help those communities. I just think that financially, I can't do it on my own. You know what I mean?
1,000%.
So it's just like, how do you really get out there and try to help your own, but also try to have that big platform to have that conversation? Like,
Even that, right? I feel like not that it's obligation. Like it's not like blacks that have money are not obligated to like
Facts.
reach back. But I think they should be.
we should,
They
like,
should
even
be
just a little
obligated.
small token of
No, like,
donation. Like,
For real, like I think like obviously like you had mentioned yesterday, you said
Yeah.
LeBron James, and I was like, yo,
Right.
LeBron James gave back a lot.
He gives
Right.
back. But there's a lot of people, Lil Baby give back too.
1,000%. But then think
100%.
about it though, right? How many millionaires are in the industry? Black millionaires at that. And then in the basketball or football realm or whatever the fuck, right? They in that millionaire, close to billionaire status type
Facts.
vibes, right?
Facts.
50 of them give back to whatever their neighborhood is. We're looking at several Black Wall Streets. You feel what I'm saying? So like I think what it is, and then I feel like what we lack as Black people, and I know you said like Black people don't look to like one person, right? But maybe it could be several, right? Like how it was back
Facts.
then, like the Stokeleys of the world, the Malcolm X's, the, you know what I mean, the Huey P. Newtons and
Fred
shit.
Hampton.
So maybe, Fred Hampton. So maybe it could be several where it's like, all right, we could actually look to this person. Let's not shoot them down. Like let's not shoot
Facts.
somebody like Sean King down or fucking Tariq Nasheed or whatever these people are like. However they might have some flaws. They're human.
Right.
But let's not shoot them down when they're trying to create actual change. You feel what I'm saying? Like let's like thought like, okay, like I see what Sean King or Tamika Mallory is saying this today. Like, let me like tap into like that way of maybe not thinking, but like I'm gonna carry myself as such now. Let's carry ourselves as such with Black excellence, and then millionaires follow suit, right? Now the billionaires following suit. Then people that's middle class following suit, and then now it's like, all right, Black people are like starting to get to a certain level. I think that's just what the solution is. I think it's gonna take mad time.
It's gonna take some time, but I just hope that like it doesn't lead to, and I don't want to speak this into the earth. Knock on that wood, you know.
Yeah, because we kill shorty fish. You gotta be careful.
You gotta be careful.
I still want my iguana. I want my iguana.
All right, we'll get to iguana.
I just feel like, you know, sometimes when we build up and we create these spaces and we do what's necessary, there is always one person, specifically translucent, who will try to bring it all down. You know what I mean? Like,
translucent is such a great word. Tell people what translucent means.
That was a great one.
I just feel like, you know,
tell them what translucent is.
Translucent is the white people. You know? If you didn't catch it, you got it now.
Translucent is so good.
I just feel like that is a great word, and it gives you the opportunity to speak about them in public.
To speak right, yes.
Like, you know, they will never figure it out. Like, nobody will ever figure it out.
Fuck. Like, I just want to like take it back a little bit. Like, you said that you don't feel like, you do feel like Black millionaires and stuff should be obligated. And I'm gonna be, you know, devil's advocate or whatever, but I feel like that's unfair. I feel like that's unfair to expect that of Black people only. Because if that's the case, by that same logic, all the millionaires of the world should be given back to the world. You know what I mean? Like, why is Bill Gates, Elon Musk, all these people not, you know, like, I just feel like we all live on this planet. It's no reason why the Amazon was on fire for more than one day. It's no reason why California's on fire for more than one day. Like, what are we doing? What are you hoarding this money and these resources for? If it's like, you're a one person, your family is one family. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I couldn't sit back and just let shit happen when I have the power to stop it.
Right.
Like,
no, I agree with you. I agree.
I just feel like, you know, like when it comes down to Bill Gates and like all those white billionaires, all billionaires, just in general,
right.
I feel like they probably give back, but they only give back to their own. You know what I mean? And I just feel like as our people, maybe that's something that we should start doing. Like, for example, and this is the crazy part, but I just always think about this. I'm trying to teach myself a new skill. And I always try to figure out like somebody's word of advice to like help me get through what I need to get through. I realize that a lot of the time, people don't just give you the secret because they may not 100% know the formula, but they won't give you the secret because in reality, they feel like you got to work for it. I just feel like we need to like start getting into like helping hands. Like,
make shit easier.
Shit easier. Yeah. Even in New York, like I'm not even gonna hold you. We're friendly, but we also are not. Like niggas is not gonna help nobody out. Nobody's gonna play that SoundCloud that we know homie should stop making. Like, you know, like, it's just in general. Like it happens. But I just feel like building that community and building that sense of love. Just kind of, that's just what it is. It's just love. Like having love for yourself, having love for the people around you, having love for your community. It's all about love. I just think that we just probably need to take that opportunity to make that safe space, you know?
Right.
I don't know how we want to do it. You may have to light some candles, give a little rose petal galore, but we need to get that vibe popping.
I just feel like it's in the mentality and the mind state of Black people because it's a lot of things that go into it and contribute to why, you know, as
you'll be asking why
we are
forever.
the way we are. Yo, like, that's why I stop asking why and just focus on solutions. Like, fuck why. Like, what are we gonna do?
Exactly.
What are we gonna do to fix what the fuck is broken?
1000%.
So
agree.
I think one of the issues is the mentality and the mindset. Like, you know, we might not see a lot of Black people give back or, you know, what have you because of kind of like the crab in the barrel bucket. Like you give back to this one person, they always looking for a handout now, you know, and not saying just for Black people, but just giving in general. So I think the sharing of resources definitely involves more than just money. And the sharing of information is more powerful than anything that human beings have created. Right. Knowledge is more powerful than any and everything. Like, and I will stand by that till the day I die because
knowledge. It's
true. Like you can be stripped of everything you have, be dropped in the opposite side of the planet. What you know will save your life. The shit that you have is not with you.
Nope.
Like that's not doing shit for you.
Learn how to hit those sticks.
Period. You gotta know how to hustle and finagle your way and get some clothes on your back. Do what you gotta do for yourself. You know? And that's something that money can't buy you. Money can't buy you like the smarts that you need to really maneuver this life. And I think that information and the gatekeeping sometimes, I feel like, of information is really a threat to the real success of Black people, you know?
I agree with you from the beginning when you had said Like, why don't the other billionaires just probably give back? I just don't really care what they do at the moment because, yes, the world is burning. Shit is going south real bad right now in the world.
Sure.
Like
London
when we talk
is
about
melting.
climate, right? It's going real bad. But focus on my people right now. You know what I'm saying? So our black millionaires, billionaires need to tap in. And it's, what it is
Sign
is
that
just,
check.
what it is, and I was agreeing with Imani, like, I feel like, yo, like, it's so, the solution is right there. It's so easy, it's not even funny. And like, we don't know what the fuck Bill Gates does.
No.
Right? We don't know what Elon Musk do. They probably like, yo, come here. Yo, come here. Yo, come here. Like, just putting like straight knowledge, like you said, not money, but knowledge of how to build wealth and create wealth. And just like, now it's 10 millionaires under Elon Musk. Now it's 10 millionaires under, fucking the owner of Facebook. I forgot that, Mark Zuckerberg and shit like that. So it's like, yo, we could do the same shit. And that's what I'm mainly focused on.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, stop like fronting, stop making it look like
it's such a hard thing.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna buy Gucci at the store now and Fendi and shit like that. I want people to look at me and make it look crazy.
on a Dior shirt.
And even if you want to do things like that, like, you can support. There are so many Black luxury designers and artists that you could get fire shit from.
For sure, 1000%.
That Gucci and fucking Fendi and all that. Like, I feel like that shit is so played out. Like, why are we still supporting these companies as Black people in this day and age that have the access to the amount of information that we have? Like, why?
Because I'm not gonna hold you. If we're being honest, Dapper Dan is the Black man who made us want that shit. Like, you know what I mean?
He's
like,
one of them.
He's one of them. Like, he took those those prints and made it into fashion, and they started to, do whatever else needed to be done to produce more. Right. But in reality, like, that still is a touch of us. Like, that's still our swag. That's probably why we fall into it. Like,
we make all of that shit fly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's only at that level because of us.
Yeah, 1,000.
And I'm just like, I just feel like if we realize our influence in the world,
oh God,
my God,
they would not be able to stop us.
That's crazy.
Ain't no stopping us.
Because Baby Fat is a Black owned, right? It was, right?
Yes.
Right. So like, Baby Fat was like multi-millionaire, millionaire company, right? Fucking Sean John, fucking academics and all that shit, like FUBU. Like, a lot of these places really had, in the 90s, they really had that infrastructure where it was like, yo, couldn't be stopped because we was wearing that shit all throughout.
All day.
So like, I think we could get back to that stage. I think we slowly getting back to that. I think a lot of Black people not even tapping in. I'm talking about, not even talking about celebs now. I'm talking about just like us. Like, we not, look, you got a Telfar bag.
Sure.
5 years ago, you probably would not have a Telfar bag here. You probably had like a fucking Michael Kors or fucking whatever. You know what I mean? But that's some bullshit. So I now think we tapping into like a certain level of, I guess, Black unity and shit like that. Like,
it's definitely coming.
It's coming.
It's definitely coming.
Let's switch gears. We got a little serious out there. Sorry, you live in Black family. Jeez.
It was
Now it's beautiful. It was great conversation.
Black, man.
Now, yeah,
That's a fact. We're serious and fun.
Exactly. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine the other day, and she was watching a podcast, and the podcast was saying, this girl was saying, I never felt sexy before in my life. Like, she thinks there's a difference between cute versus sexy.
Yes.
And I was like, what? Like, and I was talking to my friend. She was like, yeah, I never felt like I was sexy. I always felt like I was just cute. Like, I just gave off a cute vibe.
Ooh,
and I was like, that's interesting.
That is very interesting.
That's very interesting.
That's interesting that you felt that way. Like, what does that, like, what's the difference between, like, what is cute? What does sexy mean exactly? Because sexy can mean anything to anyone.
Yeah.
100%. Sexy could be, I think sexy is your interpretation, but like
what's sexy to you, Imani?
Sexy to me is like owning your body, like owning your sexuality. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. So my Instagram, I just started it about 2 years ago. But what made me get into it is I wanted to feel sexy. Like, I wanted to feel confident in myself. Like, let me put the battery in my back. Okay, fuck out of here. Like, because society will have you questioning yourself, doubting yourself, making you feel insecure. And one thing that I had to do to get back into that is I had to look at myself in the mirror. Like, no rap. Like, I'm telling you, like, enjoying myself, having conversation with myself, trying to be like in the nude, enjoying all like aspects of me. But in reality, that made me comfortable in taking photos, making me want to go out, me knowing what I'm worth. Like, I dare a man to step to me on some crazy stuff. But in reality, that's just what I feel is sexy, is owning that dominance of me. I could be cute now where I be cordial, quiet, kept, a little dainty. Hi, how are you? But I'm also going to give you that brow,
That was crazy.
Okay.
That's so crazy. That's a crazy perspective for me because I feel like I've always felt the opposite. Like, I feel like I've never felt cute. I've always felt sexy. And it was weird.
Bari smiling is so funny. Yeah.
I felt like that from like a very young age. And like, I felt, so, okay, let me start with my definition of sexy from my perspective. Sure. I feel like sexy to me is the ability to have some type of arousing influence over another.
That's a great definition.
Yo, who is it?
That's what I think being sexy.
That was
what you say, Yomi?
Great definition.
Wow.
That was an amazing definition.
That's what I think it is. And I feel like that's what my definition is because I've noticed the interactions, whether wanted or unwanted, between, myself in this body and whoever was attracted to this body at whatever fucking age. And it just made me, like, it scared me at first, but then I really would think about it. I'm like, damn, I'm sexy, but I don't like that. I'm 12. Like, it's weird.
Yeah.
It was weird. So I feel like for me, it was kind of like low-key a traumatic thing until I went to like what you were saying, owning it and being comfortable in it for you. It's something for you first and foremost. But yeah, that's a really interesting perspective.
I think that 12 to be like, I understand how you felt like your body at 12. Like, if you have grown woman features, I think that a lot of older men do prey on you. And I think that, bro,
that shit is scary,
it's sick.
It's giving. I'm not going to after school in the fall because it gets dark at 4:30 and I need to be in the house already. Like,
thank you. Safe.
That's right. That shit is really scary. Like, honestly, very scary.
That's a fact.
Like, I would have wished for times to feel cute and not sexy. Like, I would have, like, I wished I was like more compact or like less voluptuous or whatever to just feel like fucking normal. And not like in high school, people was coming up to me like, oh, do you know where this class is? I'm like, I'm a student.
I am not a teacher.
I'm like, I don't know what the class is supposed to be.
No, fuck that.
But like, yeah, just it's really interesting to think about that, actually.
That's a fact. I just think that, you can be sexy at a young age, but I feel like it's just something about like when you're an older woman.
I'm sorry, I just want to cut you off. I don't think you can be sexy at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can be perceived as sexy
at
a young age. Like, because you can't control what people think of you.
Think of your facts.
You can't control your body, obviously.
Facts.
So I just feel like it's not you being something. It's what you're perceived as.
That's a fact.
For all my young bootylicious girls out there, it's not you, baby.
Everybody else around you.
It's the pedophiles. Like, the fuck? But yeah, continue. I'm sorry.
I was just saying, like, I feel like when you're older and you're grown, like, that's when you become real sexy.
Yeah, like, when you have that self-assuredness, you have that rootedness that nobody can knock you off your standing. Like, this about yourself. Nobody's taking that from you. That's sexy.
Mm-hmm. Being entwined and in love with your body.
Yeah,
that's
with your whole
sexy.
being.
Yes.
Everything. Like, everything.
Everything.
That's
body, mind, soul, spirit.
Shoot, I'm feeling sexy now.
What y'all feel is sexy and cute? Do y'all have that aspect of cute?
Is it like handsome and sexy?
Oh yeah, I that's exactly what I told Shorty on the phone. I said I'm handsome and I find myself sexy as well. You know what I mean? I carry myself in a certain way. I already know what I bring. I know what the vibes is. And that's just what it is. Like, I find myself, I like the way I look when I look in the mirror, you know what I mean? Naked and shit. Not naked. I like when I put on clothes, anything.
Right,
any type of strip of clothes I put on, I look in the mirror. You know what I mean? And every time I leave my building, I got to look in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like, I always, I felt like that for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Because in middle school, I wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt very insecure with me, with myself. Like I just didn't feel like I was what was the attractive person. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm like now getting tapped into like what colorism was in middle school, what my hair texture is doing, and things of that nature. I'm starting to get like hip to certain shit. So I'm like, I didn't think I loved me.
Gray beard coming in.
And I got great. You know what I'm saying? 30 salt and pepper beard about 30, and it's a wrap.
That's what
you know what I mean?
That's what you want?
Now, well, we'll see what happens. But like, yeah, when I went to high school, all that shit changed because I got taller, got a little bit more like
growth spurt.
Yeah,
doing his thing.
My voice got a little deeper and shit like that. Women started flocking, and it was just a different energy. Like, and I think that's just what, for men, I think at least, that's what kind of helps. Like you having like a little justification from a woman. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I like the way that you smell. Like that was a big thing for me. But I always smelled good.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
I think scent is definitely something about being sexy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Definitely.
And that's why I find because I care about the scents. You know what I mean? Like I do a lot for scents.
You gotta get all 5. You you have to hit all 5 marks. Taste, looks, smell. We need it all. Like I need it all.
You need the whole vibe.
The whole vibe.
But also what I consider sexy in me, like I'm gonna say me and I'm gonna say like what I find sexy in a woman. Because what I find sexy in a woman is not probably what women might think I might find sexy in them. But like what I find sexy in me is like I read and shit. Like you feel what I'm saying? Like that shit is not heard of. Right?
Not yet.
Not nowadays.
People read though.
Audiobooks.
Yeah, like it's,
Audiobooks are still hitting though.
They do be hitting though.
People don't read as much as
I need to read a book. I will also read a book on my phone. No, I'm not gonna lie.
And I find that attractive when a woman like
reads a book on the
like
phone.
I just see a woman.
A little Kindle.
Download, like have like a little Kindle book. Nah, like when I see a woman just like reading and shit like that and just being her,
I'm
like
dead. Somebody pulling up with a Kindle book. He's like, damn.
No, right?
You didn't download the app.
When she just got a book in her hand, I find that attractive. Like I'm into that. You know what I mean? Like, yo, what you reading? Like I've spoken to a woman before while she was on the train. Like, yo, like. What is that like?
Yeah.
Like after she like not like while she's reading, but like she just like probably gonna drink some water and she's like, what book you reading? And we
You was waiting on her break.
1000%.
That's a bag though.
And guess what? She was attractive.
That's the respect for me.
I'm gonna wait
She was attractive. I'm gonna wait till she puts her shit down. I ain't gonna mess her shit up. That's probably an interesting chapter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Don't
fact.
serve that.
I don't want to disrupt that. But like, yeah, like I find that shit attractive. You know what I mean? I find when a woman is like, I think like very into like athletics, you know what I mean? Like sports and shit like that. I find that attractive as well. Like, yo, what the fuck you know about sports? Like, when you say you love sports, I was like, yo, that's fire. Like, you know what I mean?
I feel like all girls should know about sports, but I just feel like I'm really
Surface
interested
level.
in it. Surface level, at least. Just
At least.
be able to have a conversation, you know? Like,
Yeah.
just because I feel like a lot of times when guys feel like, you know, a girl may not know sports, I just feel like mansplaining starts happening. And I don't need you to think that that's ever acceptable in life. Like, we need to knit this right now.
That.
But I wanted to ask, like, do y'all think that it's a time and a place to be sexy or cute?
That's a pod. That's a ball.
Ooh, Bari.
Bari finds himself sexy
sorry.
all the time though.
I love it.
Bari's actually the
it's
first.
attractive when men are like, I'm feeling gorgeous.
Facts.
Yeah.
Carry yourself, feeling good about
Bari,
yourself.
when y'all was talking, Bari was looking at himself. He's like, "This is gorgeous."
As you should, King. As you should, King. Come through with the confidence.
I've always just kind of been like obsessed with myself, but like in the best way possible.
like
Not on like some like egomaniac type shit, but like
Yeah.
I've always just kind of been like, I just want to know who I am for real. Like, I mean, so like I've like since a young age, I just like stare at myself in the mirror
be like,
and
yo.
just looking like looking like mannerisms and shit. Just like I want to see how people would see
Right.
me.
Yeah.
I want to know what I look like when I'm talking to somebody. I mean, what my face making, my hand gestures. So like, I just kind of want to know my entire self. So that's why I'm always in the mirror. You know what I mean? But
That's a
like,
fact.
and I don't even know where like the confidence was instilled in me for real. Like, it's not like my mom's or my uncle or anybody in my family like set me down and was like, yo, like, yeah, I mean, you gotta do this and the third. I just,
Yeah.
I don't know. It just kind of just came to me.
Since I met him, he was like that dead ass.
I mean,
Ninth
like-
grade.
Yeah.
That's good.
Nah, I
That
love
is a great thing.
It's
I'm
a
not gonna
fantastic
hold
shit.
you. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
You know, it's one thing that I feel like I got that vibe from you is the way you dress.
Mm.
You come off very Well, I think fashion is self-expression, right?
Sure.
But what you wear, you put that shit on.
I appreciate that.
Put that shit on.
Okay,
nigga.
you know, that
Eloquently
shit started.
stated.
That shit started
Eloquently
wavy.
stated.
Put that shit on.
nigga.
Okay.
Put that shit on.
Flush it, flush it.
How about that, bro?
Yeah.
Wait, what was your question again? I forgot.
I said, is there a time and a place to be sexy or cute?
What time and the place?
Hell yeah.
You think so?
Oh yeah, it's a time and a place.
Yeah, I think.
You're not
and
about to be sexy at your nigga's family function now. Come on.
But
why
you
not?
Can,
But
that's
why
what
not,
I'm
though?
saying. You can still be
Why?
sexy, but also
Yeah.
like I feel like outfit wise, you don't have to be. It doesn't have to be crazy for
Right.
it to be like.
Yeah.
I feel like people like sexy could be a little cleavage or a little arm. You know? Sexy could be in.
But I
so
feel
many
like, okay,
things.
then what's cute then? If that's sexy, then what's cute?
And that's what I'm.
Cute is when you go to the gym and you just like you're just an attractive person, but
Yeah,
you're
like,
looking
it's
crazy.
It's all in the face.
It's just all, you know what I
really all
mean?
in
It's
the
just
face.
all in the face. It's not really like, you're not really trying to carry yourself a certain way. Not saying that you're
So-
trying to be sexy either, but
So cute is more physical features. Sexy is more
how you
aura.
carry yourself is your
Yeah.
energy. I think that's what, I think that is actually a perfect example. Like, sexy is definitely how you carry yourself.
That's a fact.
Period. It's like how you like walk into a room. Like the presence you
Head
demand.
up, chin up.
Period.
Like-
Yeah,
As you
if your
should.
head down and shit, like it's just not giving. You could be the most attractive person, but like if your head down, like you're not giving that energy.
That's a
You feel
fact.
what I'm
It's
saying?
really confidence.
I
You know
feel
what
like
mean?
that's
It's
it.
really confidence for real.
New Yorkers walk with confidence though. Like,
Fact.
Oh, yeah.
like I don't ever recall me putting my head down. Like,
Yeah,
I just feel like if you put your head down, like niggas gonna try you. Like,
yeah, yeah.
like I'm not.
They
Like,
ready.
Your head gotta
you
be on
gotta
a
stay
swivel. Your head gotta be on a
100.
swivel.
Okay,
Yeah,
give you
sure.
the owl neck. Like,
Yeah, for sure. Oh God.
Dead
Yeah, I mean-
serious,
No,
bro.
facts. That's facts.
Do you feel it's a time and place to be sexy?
I do. I feel like it's a time and place to be sexy, and I think sexy. I think it really just depends on who's around. Like I wouldn't feel comfortable, like with the example that I gave, like at my man's family function. I wouldn't feel comfortable
That's a
being
fact.
sexy with his uncles and his mom and his baby cousins. Like, why am I doing all of that?
I feel
But you know, if we just so happen to end up in the kitchen by ourselves,
You're on demon time.
Listen, it just so happens. I just feel like I just want people to know, like, oh, that's your
Yo,
shoulder.
But the energy
niggas want that too though.
The energy
And niggas want that too though.
I see you do it on my shoulder. I
Niggas really
see
want
you.
that though. Like we
You
really
better.
want
Yeah.
I feel like the
No.
energy speaks though. I don't have to be sitting in your lap for
No,
No.
I think
we're not
that's
saying
bees.
that.
No.
That's
Don't,
bees.
don't sit on my lap. Don't sit on my lap. Relax.
That's bees.
Relax.
You
Calm
hold
down.
grandma right
Yeah,
here, and I'm
come
on
on,
your
let's
lap.
not do
Yeah, like chill. Like grandma, you disrespecting grandma.
right, and that's
She
why I feel
uncomfortable
like
now.
My
that's why I
legs.
So
feel
am I,
like-
by the way.
Right.
So am I.
That's why I feel like if
Yo.
you're being cute, people understand what it is,
Mhm.
and you're still respecting who's your audience at the time.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I was
Yeah, but you
saying.
might not be able to turn sexy off though. It might just be innate for real. You know what I mean? Like you can't help it. You just sexy everywhere you go. So like, what you gonna do?
I'm not gonna hold you. I can feel when I'm flirting. So like I know, like granted, don't get me wrong, I know sexy is not flirting, but like when you are
It could be.
it could
No,
be.
1,000.
That's facts. I feel
1,000,
like when
right.
you're in that moment and you know that you can own people around you,
It's
like you
gorgeous.
playing with that shit. Like, yeah, okay. Like I see you. Like let me give this energy. But in reality, like I think that, you know, it's hard. Like I could feel it. Like I'll turn it off. Like I'll just turn it off. Like I'm gonna talk to you like I'm at a
I could
corporate
tell the
office.
way you flirt.
You could tell.
I could tell.
I think that I'm like very shy and
Huh?
I'll like
Break it down.
laugh.
No, I could.
Like I will laugh the fuck out of
She
it.
flirts.
That's
Like, she gives me like a Leo vibes when she flirts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, vibe. What the fuck
What
does
does
that
that
mean?
mean? What does that
I'm
mean?
none of those signs.
Nah, she's not.
Right.
She's not a Leo at all, right? But
No.
I'm saying like Leos give a very confident approach.
Yeah,
Like your approach is confident.
I will approach a guy.
Yeah, and
I definitely.
and Leos do that.
Yeah.
Like Leos do that shit. Like a woman that have approached me have been like Leos.
Because you gotta. I feel like you gotta be bold. Like if I'm waiting for this man to come across the room and try to talk to me, I know it's not happening because. Not saying that he wouldn't come and walk up to me, but I just know like. It's 2022. Like niggas is nervous. Everybody
what are we
nervous.
waiting
Like
for?
I don't got time to
Nah, you
wait
gotta be
here,
careful.
look
You gotta
eyes
be
with you for 45 minutes.
Nah, you gotta be
Hello,
careful.
sir. How are you?
That shit's scary. That is.
I think it's very scary, but sometimes you just gotta jump the leap. Like, what if that's the person for you and you don't even know because you're just nervous to have that conversation?
Actually,
Then as someone who doesn't approach men, then I feel like that's not a man.
You don't feel
That's
like
a
what?
fact.
That's not
As
what.
somebody who doesn't approach men, if I feel like I wouldn't think that person is for me if
Thank you.
it doesn't happen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I feel like no matter what, like no matter if I approach you or you approach me, if we're meant to be acquainted, we're gonna get acquainted one way
That's
or
a
another.
fact.
Like that shit's gonna
So
happen.
that's like the fate. I felt that. That's like a fate opportunity.
I actually wrote that down though. I was like, how like what's the best way to approach a woman? Just being by them, like being themselves. Because I was at Dumbo House the other day,
Summer House is a vibe.
right? So I was at Dumbo House. I'm not gonna say who I was with. I'm not gonna say what had happened, but I saw like
It's giving spice.
no.
Just
Giving spice.
Just homies.
Okay.
Yeah, we all homies, all guys. And I was trying to figure out, well, like my homie wanted to speak to somebody that worked there.
Mm-hmm.
She's good looking. She's a vibe.
Big
For sure, 1000%, right? But then she had like left too quickly. So I had her number.
Mhm.
He's like, yo, just like wingman that out. And I said, all right, cool. But do you think that might not have been the best approach? Because she responded, she said, yo, give him my number.
Mhm.
But nothing transpired after that.
Because of him or because
I don't know. See, I don't
feel
know.
Like subconsciously
I need the
though,
tea.
for me, just hearing what I heard,
Right.
like for me, subconsciously, if you're not directly getting at me, you're sending like wingman that out. What are you talking about?
But like,
You don't-
because
you don't
like-
respect it, right?
I don't respect that.
But like she left. She ghosted, like gone. So like, but before he even got the chance to like turn around, because he was interacting with somebody else. He saw her, vibed with, like said something to her real quickly, and then had to dap up the next person, right? So like, I think it was just like,
Well, if she
in the moment.
if she works there, then he's gonna see her again, right?
That's a
Yeah,
fact.
you can just always go back and try to link her again for real.
perhaps.
I just feel like
but I'm
the-
saying, what's the best way to approach that? Like, would like if a man
Directly.
directly?
Yeah.
Directly and being patient.
So you
Yeah.
only want a man to approach you directly, never but from his boys.
I wouldn't
For me,
say
no.
never.
Hell no.
I wouldn't say
Hell
never.
no.
The reason why I wouldn't say never is just because like sometimes people be nervous, and I feel like once you get an opportunity
Yeah.
to have that conversation with him, he may show you a whole different side.
Exactly.
He may need that battery at that
It's
moment.
human shit.
But I feel like if you just doing it to do it, it's corny. Like at that point, if you just need your man to talk for you, it's a little bit corny at a point.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It,
But
it just
but like
depends.
we can pick up from that vibe.
That's a
immediately.
fact.
If it's like if you're sending your man's and you're doing it in a corny way rather than like we can pick that up
Yeah.
immediately.
That's a fact. We know when the passenger is sitting on the left hand side.
It's giving disgust.
Okay,
like
that's
that.
How does a man approach Jordan?
I don't know. Honestly, men don't approach me.
Let's talk about that.
Men don't approach me. Not really.
Let's talk about that.
Like, or they won't
What's
approach me
the
in person. I feel like, yo, being the human being that I am this life is just like wild. So like I won't get approached in person, but like I'll see people around like my neighborhood or wherever I frequent or whatever, and it'll feel like they don't even see me. But like I'll get a DM a couple days later, or like
over that.
hit up from a friend a couple days later, and I'm just like, but you saw me though. Like, am I? And that makes me uncomfortable because it makes me feel like because it's happened so many times, it's like, am I unapproachable? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what?
But that's the part. Like it starts to make you question yourself, and you shouldn't be questioning yourself. I just think that
I mean, I don't anymore. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like what you said. Like, if it's not happening in that way, then it's just not gonna happen. Like,
So you don't want to talk to anybody even from the DMs if they saw you in person.
not really.
But why?
Understand.
Why do we need a DM?
I understand.
On a real note, like why?
It might be easy, but like I think that's just like how society is now. Like
and
communication
it's
over
annoying.
online is super easy.
It's just hard. I feel like it's hard to weed people out via DMs. Like, yes, you know when people are being creepy because if just I don't know if the dudes go through this, but the ladies, you know that one guy in your inbox who's constantly commented on something or is constantly liking your story and he don't understand and no reply is not happening. Like, but in reality, I just feel like if you take that opportunity to text me, ask me out, and then we could go out and
Yeah.
have that conversation. Like,
Word.
it's just better. It's just better for direct communication. Like,
But a lot of people don't know how to have that direct
No.
communication. That shit is not
no.
should not common. Even people our age,
Yeah.
like
Especially-
forget about people that's younger.
We need to define what relationships are first before we could even talk into that.
What you mean?
I feel like a lot of our generations just think that we talk. Like talking is the definition of dating. I don't. I'm tired of that.
Yeah, that's not true. That's not true at all.
I feel like right now everybody is trying to like get their whole phase out. Sometimes like niggas is just outside to be outside.
It's summer.
It is summer. It is summer.
Whole phasing it for their whole life.
That's a fact. Like,
relax.
They be hoeing in fall, winter, summer, spring. Like, do you ever chill?
I just feel like, right. At a certain point, like, you really got to think of it like something internal is wrong. Like, something is not, no, seriously, psychologically, something is going on because, like, all right, I'm going to be a little personal. Like, I had a sneaky link from a couple years ago, off and on for like 2 years, whatever. Out of each other's lives, but he like DMs me on social media, like because we already had that interaction. It's not super corny. It's still a little corny, but it's not super corny. But he's like, yeah, what's up? What's up? And I'm like, I'm okay, but how are you really as a person? I'm growing. I'm an adult. Like I'm going to speak to you as a person. Like how are you? We haven't spoken in a while. And then he proceeds to tell me like, I honestly, yeah, like I got a girl. She upgraded my life OD. Boy. Like our kids live together and all this stuff. And I'm just like, so let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. You got somebody that's great for you, that's upgrading your whole life.
Doing everything.
Doing shit that I'm definitely not doing. And you want to fuck with me? Why? You want to potentially fuck up that situation? Why? Cause I'm you can't come stay with me.
Listen,
like I don't know what to tell you.
It's not happening,
like,
partner.
Is it a whole phase, or do you really think that you don't deserve to be happy? Because why are you constantly trying to fuck up your happiness?
You see how she just came for the jugular?
Like, why are you trying to fuck up your happiness for me? Somebody who don't give a fuck.
Sabotage a lot.
Like, why though?
Talk about it.
It's crazy.
It's so
crazy. That shit, like, still today, my mind is blown over that.
Something that feels good though to somebody that is damaged is kind of threatening. You know what I mean? So like they might try their best to get out of that situation. That's just what it is. Like somebody feels, if he probably feels like, yo, my girl does everything.
Mm-hmm.
She's perfect for me, but I don't deserve her. You know what I'm saying? So let me fuck it up.
Well,
and that's not something that they probably logically think of, but it's just something that subconsciously happens.
In you.
But you got to do that mental work to get that clarity and break those chains.
Oh, for sure. That's therapy. That's just therapy.
Definitely, because that is wicked.
Yeah.
I feel like, granted, I understand you believe in that, but I just think that you have things that people are willing to risk it all for.
Right.
Like, just enjoy it. Sit with your truth and then explore. Like,
that shit's crazy.
That's a fact.
The self-sabotage, that's a perfect statement. That self-sabotage will fuck up a lot of people. Like, you got something that so many people strive for. And it's not even your first chance at it. It's your second, third, fifth chance, and you're fucking it up. Like,
listen,
that's just, it's crazy.
How many people
crazy.
want sugar daddies and sugar mamas right now?
Out of heaven.
Okay.
I feel like I could talk to you guys forever.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. Cause no, like yesterday we was that shit.
It was
It's like
chatting.
4 hours.
Way
was
longer than
definitely
we expected.
chatting.
Yo,
Way longer than we
the
expected.
hookah lounge for sure,
Facts.
right? But right now we're running on time.
I felt that.
You know what I'm saying?
It was a beautiful conversation.
It was a great conversation.
Yes, it was.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed this in its entirety for sure. Imani, Jordan, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for
And Living
having
Black.
us. That's serious.
Yeah, nah, it's
It was
love.
amazing.
It's time to get the hell up out of here. Bari, I appreciate you as always. This is JD and Living Black. We up out of here. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.